come home.
We do know that a text was sent from Kylie to her mother shortly before that.
We got home around 11 and she sent me a text at 11:30 telling me that she was going to be leaving at about 12:15 and coming home. And I asked her to wake me up when she got in. That was always kind of, like what we did. And she said, "Okay, Mom, I love you."
Detectives say the last time her cell phone pinged was 33 minutes past midnight.
So how could it be 12:33 is when the phone turned off, her last any signal on phone? It pinged right before it turned off, they said. But yet, in multiple articles, it says that Kylie called Sammy at 12:36. So, did she call her from a different phone? Or Sammy just has the time mixed up? Or it's something completely different altogether? What do you guys think?
After her,
what's keeping you going?
Just finding her. I'm not going to stop until I do.
She was just she's just a beautiful soul. She's so sweet and so vibrant.
I just want her to come back and be okay, and just to know that she's loved, and that we all, looked for her, and that we all loved her through this and stuff.
Magdalene Larson says she's been searching for her best friend since she found out Kylie went missing.
The first day that she was missing, I was literally in a car for 12 hours looking for her. But now I've just mostly been here just trying to, organize everybody else, and I've been working.
It's been 5 days since Kylie's boyfriend, Jagger Westfall, has heard from her. He says they exchanged text messages before she left for a senior farewell party at the Prosser family campground, the last place anyone so far has reported seeing her.
And so I was just like, okay, be safe. Don't do anything stupid.
He says he complained about his day and she listened.
At 10:30, she responded to what I was saying and just said, "Oh, I'm sorry that you're going through that." And that was the last time I heard from her.
Kylie's close friend Kate Kuno says they spent the afternoon together on Friday, just hours before she disappeared.
The day of the party, I hung out with her. We made creme brulee. She was, everything was normal. I don't think she ran away or anything. I would have noticed if something was slightly off.
I definitely feel like that in this current situation that she's safe. I don't know where she is. We don't have anything to go off of at this point, but I fully believe that she's alive and well, and I fully believe that the two of us, three of us, or other people are going to bring her home safe.
So we have started to hold teen-to-teen talks, which is where teens are able to come and talk to us as facilitators, and just able to be there without the pressure of parents, the pressure of media, the pressure of adults and police, so that they feel more comfortable talking with another teen to come forward and maybe share some information that they were scared to before this.
Yeah, so we've been trying to move to get closer to the areas where the other teenagers that were at the party have been for these teen talks, and the one that we just had in Tahoe City was by far the biggest showing of kids that we've had. We probably had somewhere between 50 and 70 kids show up. And they all, everybody helped us. All the information that we got was good, and
it helped us move further.
Yeah, we've really made progress with the information that we've gotten.
Yeah, so we're planning on having as many of these as it takes to get in contact with anybody who may have been at the party. Whether that means we have to travel to Reno, to Incline, to South Tahoe, wherever we can to talk to kids. We're offering rides now. For kids who may not be able to get out, we're asking parents to allow their kids to attend these meetings, as it is crucial to this. And we will do anything. We offer food, we offer snacks. Every interviewer is comfortable and a safe person to go to, and we're not trying to get anybody in trouble, we're just trying to get more information.
And with the help of the community, we're going to find her, and everybody has been incredibly supportive. And that we are going to find Kylie with the help of our community, but only with the help of our community.
Thank you all today.
But only with the help of our community.
Thank you all today.
To be way larger than ever expected.
Within the only 10 minutes that I was there, I literally had a group of 5 guys try to come get me to take as many bong rips as I could, like forcefully without my boyfriend present.
There was a lot of guys that did approach us. Definitely, I was getting a gut feeling during that party that something just didn't feel right with the amount of people that were there and how old some of these people were. From the amount of people who did show up, it was scary. It was really scary.
Because later in the party, I had asked her if she could give me a ride home, and then I realized that she was too intoxicated to give me a ride home, so I decided to try and find a different ride. We were both really drunk.
Samismith says she was the last person to speak with her at the party early Saturday morning.
She was having a fun time at a party, just being a teenager. Everything she drank, I drank out of, and there was nothing that seemed off about her.
Her car was parked right there, along there. That's where we would go and everything. The party was set up over here. Where that white car is where the majority of kids were standing, and between these 3 trees right here, this is where the lights were hung up, and there were cars along here. Here's the road you take to get out here.
An estimated 200 to 300 young partiers had gathered.
There were cars all up in here and all back in there.
A lot of older people started showing up that people didn't know. Like, a lot of drugs were involved, like drugs that we don't typically have just in parties, and our parties also just aren't normally that big.
Kylie Rodni was last seen
The only 10 minutes that I was there,
around 12:30 in the morning.
I went up to her and I said, hey, I got another ride home, because she was meant to be my ride home, but I knew she was too intoxicated to get me home. So I said, hey, I found another ride home. Like, I hope you stay safe. Like, I'll see you tomorrow. Like, I love you. Like, have fun and stuff. I think it's totally possible that somebody could have taken her and maybe offered to drive her home.
Friends discounting the possibility Kylie tried to drive home.
The teen-to-teen conversations. These are the conversations with no parents, no media, and no adults at all, no police. Because if there's that pressure from all of those sources on these kids, that could be what could be leading them to not share information. And that's all we need right now is any information. So if there's any teens out here that want to be a part of that, I will take you one by one into this van right here. Sorry, that sounds creepy or something, I don't know. I'm really just trying to help. I've been doing a lot right now. It's a little stressful, but I'm been holding myself together for anybody that's don't worry. Thank you for all of your posts and reaching out. I'm on the Kylie account and filling out everything. You've seen everything. You're recording everything. So with the teen-to-teen talk that's going on in Tahoe City today, I wanted to reiterate this to all of the adults, all of the parents. Please do not come to this. You can drop off your kids, but drive away. Drive away as far as you can so that they cannot see you, you cannot see them, you cannot hear anything. I am in contact with the deputies, I'm in contact with the detectives, I'm in contact with the FBI, everybody. I am the person these kids need to be going to, and I've had a lot of people come to share that we need more. Anybody that knew about the party, learned about the party after, knows anything at all. You knew somebody who went, you knew somebody who was planning on going, you knew any drugs or alcohol that was there, you knew somebody who brought somebody. Anything at all. Even if you did not go, you do not know Kylie, you never met Kylie, you have no idea what's even going on, you knew about Foster, please come to me. Like, I will.
Totally, yeah. We all miss her a lot, and so yes, I was the last person to contact her after the party, and I was with her basically throughout the entire party. Sorry.
Is this what can you confirm whether or not she was wearing this at the night of the party? Is that what she was wearing?
Yeah, so that top is exactly what I saw her in. If you can see on her left side, on her hip, you can see some skin. She was wearing a black bodysuit. I remember because we went to the bathroom together, peed in the woods together a couple of times, and so that's her shirt right there. The pants were different that she wore to the party. She was wearing green Dickies pants, but that belt is definitely what she was wearing too. I remember watching her have to take it off when we were using the restroom together. We were out using the outdoor restroom, if like popping to let people know what to look out for, if a changed shirt or something. So yeah, that has not been confirmed.
Okay.
It was supposed to be a senior farewell party where all the seniors and everybody from around our area, like Tahoe and Truckee and Incline and Kings Beach, were supposed to be there. They were invited there because it was supposed to be like saying goodbye to your favorite seniors before everybody starts going off to college, because soon enough here people are going to start leaving and moving out. And so Kylie's a senior, or she graduated early, so she's considered a senior, and I was a senior, so every senior was initially invited to the party. And as well, all grades were invited, just so that they could say goodbye. So I had talked with Kylie, and I had known she was going beforehand. We hadn't planned on going together, and we ended up not going together. She came with her best friend Mags Larson. Magdalene, sorry, is her first name.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, and so she came with her, drove in with her, and then Mags ended up leaving about 10 minutes into the party with her boyfriend Ross, Mags's boyfriend, and told Kylie goodbye and everything. And they were never planning on like leaving together or staying together at the party. They just went to the party together because they were hanging out earlier in the day. On like leaving together or staying together at the party, they just went to the party together because they were hanging out earlier in the day. And then I saw her the second she got there, and from that moment on, we were pretty much seen together all around the party. We would break off for mere moments from each other to go talk to other people or to go do other things, you know. But we would always come back to each other. We were just going around the party. We were drinking the same drinks, being teenagers, throwing glow sticks into the party, and it started to grow really big. I would say around 10 to 10:30. It just blew up. Like, it started to get to the point where I was getting overwhelmed, and I'm a very social person. I've been to a lot of these parties. I've never been overwhelmed. I've actually been underwhelmed, but at this party, it was very large. Like, it was bigger than any party we've had in Truckee all year, and for a lot of years past. There were people from what we think Sacramento, San Francisco. I remember talking to somebody who was from San Francisco, Reno, Folsom, areas that were just way out of reach from it. And it was really overwhelming and weird to see, but I didn't really think much of it. I just thought, oh, kids are around here. They have vacation homes up here. They're just coming to party because why not? So then Kylie and I were going around taking shots and just drinking. We were trading drinks with each other. We were sharing drinks with each other. We would go back to her car to get some alcohol sometimes, and then we went to her car to charge her phone, and we were talking about just random stuff, and then it's kind of hard to remember. And so, or no, we were talking about her texting her mom and her charging her phone and stuff, and just about the party in general. And then we had a few other friends in the car, and then we all decided to go back to the party, and we were around in there for a bit. I had asked her for a ride home when we were in the car because my ride was leaving. I said, hey, I got another ride home, because she was meant to be my ride home, but I knew she was too intoxicated to get me home. I had asked her for a ride home when we were in the car because my ride was leaving. I said, hey, I got another ride home, because she was meant to be my ride home, but I knew she was too intoxicated to get me home. And I wanted to stay at the party longer. And so then we ended up splitting up in the party because I went to go find another ride when we got back into the party after leaving the car, so that we could sorry, my mind is in a moment.
No, that's okay. Nola in the chat wants to ask you.
I had asked her for a ride home when we were in the car because my ride was leaving. I said, hey, I got another ride home, because she was meant to be my ride home, but I knew she was too intoxicated to get me home. Splitting up in the party because I went to go find another ride when we got back into the party after leaving the car.
Who was fighting at the party? The girl and guy. Look into them. Was there a fight at the party?
Yeah, so there were some friendly fights that were going on. There was, like, we had boxing gloves. People were, like, trying to instigate. It wasn't anybody who had really any drama or they weren't enemies or anything. It was more just friendly fights to keep entertainment going. This happens at a lot of our parties. We just do it to have fun. If somebody gets hurt, like, we have people on them, but
so it wasn't like a fight out of anger. It was just kind of just a fun competition type of fighting.
Yeah, just see who wins and who goes home with the title, which I will randomly admit people do end up getting in fights over who won, but not this time.
Daniel Taylor wants to ask you, did Kylie have her boyfriend or an ex-boyfriend with her at the party?
No, there was no ex-boyfriend there. Her ex-boyfriend lived in Napa. He was in Napa at the time, and I think he lives in Napa. And he actually drove up the next day, the second he heard that she was missing. He's very close with her family and her. There was no anything. And she does not currently have a boyfriend. She was rocking the single life, like we used to say. She just wanted to be open and single and
Yeah.
have fun as a kid.
I get it. She's
not
only
be tied
16.
down.
She's just a baby. I just.
To be fully honest, I was inebriated at the time, so I wasn't
I get it.
fully attentive of who exactly was around us. When we were going around together, we were just in a lot of different huge groups of people we had never met, because her and I are similar in the sense that we're both very social. We'll talk to anybody we meet. We love meeting people, and so that's what we were doing and everything.
Can you tell us about her cell phone? Is there anything specific you can tell us? Go ahead.
So it has we're having trouble remembering what color. Like, my cell phone is a green phone, but I have an orange case on it. But we do know that her phone has a black case on it with a sticker on the very middle back that says sex wax on it. And it's an iPhone, not the Samsung that was found. It's an iPhone.
So it's an iPhone.
I forget which generation and which number, but I can post about that or something, or get in contact with you.
Okay. Real quickly, Laura Truan wants to ask you, what about pictures and social media posts? There has to be evidence this party went down. I'm sure there's people taking photos or TikToks. I'm sure there's got to be a TikTok video of the fight or something, right? There's got to be something out there.
Yeah. So there's hundreds of videos. We have videos of people taking videos.
Oh, wow.
We have
very good. Very good.
Hundreds of videos, hundreds of pictures. We've asked everybody to send us any videos and any pictures that they have, even if it's a picture that looks exactly like something else sent us. It could have different angles. We are looking at an app called Be Real.
And I'm sure she wouldn't want to put her mom through this.
No.
Her mom just is destroyed.
Her mom is fully invested in her life. Yeah, so there have been dive teams sent in, and I can pretty much only say that they've done thorough searches through the waters, through the lakes surrounding. They are searching the waters. They are searching the campgrounds and everywhere, related lakes that are near, because Boca and Stampede are two reservoirs that are near there as well. And they are doing searches through there every single day. They have been for the past 3 days. They have done extensive searches to points that you wouldn't even believe the FBI and those people they are going. To be fully honest, my biggest concern is that somebody, and I've said this in other interviews, somebody knew she was drunk, offered to give her a ride home, and they didn't give her a ride home. And they could be across the world at this point with how long she's been gone. And I'm worried that I have a feeling, and obviously, I don't know, I have a feeling that she is still alive and she's still out there and she's still fighting, but that there's somebody else involved, and that's not confirmed. That's just what I believe. I think there has to be somebody else involved in this. But
Shani Jones wants to ask you, on your last call, did she let you know who the quote unquote friend was that was driving her home?
Yeah, so this is a common misconception. She was not being driven home, and she was not driving. So, okay, at the end of the party, when I saw her, she was supposed to give me a ride home because I had asked her to give me a ride home because I wanted to stay later. I then realized later in the party that I believe she was drunk, and I knew she was drunk, and so I did not want her to be driving me home, because I know about drunk drivers and all that, and so
Smart.
and I figured she would be staying there, or she would find a ride home because she's a smart girl. She's smart enough to know, she's smart, and so then I found her as I was leaving the party. I was making sure to find her, to tell her that I had another ride home, and that I loved her and I wanted to say bye and for her to have fun at the party. And then when I left the party, we were pretty much on 89 with my ride, and she called me as I was in the car in the passenger seat, and she was like, "Hey, where are you? Do you still need a ride home?" And I was like, "No, I'm okay. Like, I'm in the car right now. I'm getting driven home now." But Kylie did not have a set ride home, and I was under the impression that she would either sleep there or find another ride home. And it was not known that anybody was going to give her a ride home. She was not, when she called me, she was not in a car. I could hear the party and many people talking in the background.
1,000 miles an hour. It's just, this is very emotional, but no, I'm sorry, Kylie.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's totally fine. If Kylie were out here watching this, I would just want to know We are doing everything to try and find her. We are making this go worldwide. We will find her. We will find what is happening, and we just want her home. We don't want to get anybody in trouble. We just want her home. We love her, and we would do anything to see her again. I just want to drink a boba with her again and laugh and tell the story. And when I see her, I'm going to absolutely tackle her to the ground, but I'm going to give her the most love that she's ever felt. And I hope she knows she's loved. This whole community is looking for her. The whole world at this point is looking for Kylie.
Look around for myself because I haven't been here yet.
It is an interview you will only see here on Fox.